Hello everyone, I'm Ankit and you're watching StudyIQ IS English. In our today's video, we are going to talk about the Ramman festival of the state of Uttarakhand. Now, the notes that I will be using in this particular video, in case if you want to download them, you can go to this particular Telegram channel, ATS Live. The notes are available there, you can download it, and while you're at it, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel also. So let us start by understanding the context. Why are we discussing Ramman festival today? Now, if you remember yesterday, Indian President Mrs. Draupadi Murmu, she attended a special session in the Uttarakhand Assembly. And while she was attending this special assembly in the Uttarakhand Assembly, the Speaker of Uttarakhand Legislative Assembly, she presented a Ramman mask to President of India, which is a mask used in the celebration of the Ramman festival, right? Now, this festival is majorly celebrated in the Garhwal region of Uttarakhand. Now, the hilly portion of the mountainous regions of the state of Uttarakhand, these are divided into two different hills. On the western side is Garhwal Hills and on the eastern side, there are Kumaon Hills. So, this is celebrated on the western side of the Uttarakhand, that is the western hilly regions of Garhwal Hills, right? Now let us talk about this festival Ramman. Okay, now this festival is celebrated annually during the month of late April during the time of Baisakhi. Now this is celebrated particularly in twin villages of Salur Dungra, which is located in the Uttarakhand's Chamoli district. So you don't need to guess, Chamoli district is located in the Garhwal region of the state of Uttarakhand. Now, this festival is dedicated to the tutelary god Bhumiyal Devta. Now, tutelary god are the kinds of gods that extend protection to the deities, right? So, protection to the worshippers, protection to the devotees, the tutelary god provide them the protection, and this tutelary god here name is Bhumiyal Devta, right? Now, in Ramman, how it is celebrated? When you open the rituals of Ramman, the rituals of Ramman is started by offering or invocating Lord Ganesha. It is the tendency in Hindu religion. Whenever you start a puja, that has to be started by worshipping Lord Ganesha. It is followed by dance which is dedicated to sun god Brahma, Krishna, Radhika and Buddha. So I have highlighted how many festivals in India are dedicated to sun god, including the recently celebrated Chhat festival, right? So all of these are dedicated including to other gods, including the sun god. Now, the most important part of this Ramman festival is how you perform this festival, right? Now, this festival involves theatrical performances of the people who follow Ramayana, and also local legends have become quite famous these days, and to participate in this festival, the devotees wear masks while dancing. Now, there is not one type of mask, but total 18 different types of masks that are used in this festival of different shapes and sizes, and these are made out of Bhojpatra, which is a tree known as Himalayan birch. Now, this is followed by performances which people wear masks during that event, and performers and dancers, they dance on 324 beats and steps during what is known as Ram Katha. So this is the most important part of Ramman festival. Here, what you have to remember is that the masks made out of Bhojpatra or Himalayan birch tree are used, and there are 18 different types of masks. And this performance includes theatrical performance, majorly based on Ramayana, but recently many local legends have also been followed. So let us understand what are different kind of local folklores that are followed in this particular festival. So this is a Ramman mask if you were to guess, right? Now, the local variations that have been incorporated in this festival includes More Morin dance, which depicts a story of buffalo herders, the couple who was attacked by a tiger. Similarly, it also includes Banya Banyain Nitra, right? So, Banya Banyain are basically the people who are involved in the profession of trading, right? So, this Nritya, it portrays the hardship faced by a trader couple who were robbed during their journey. So, these kind of performances are included in addition to following the Ramayana text, okay? I'm sorry. Now, what is the cultural and social aspects of this festival? First of all, this festival also depicts the caste structure in our country. Now, I need to understand both the concepts of Varna as well as caste. They depict social segregation based on division of labor, right? So, in this festival also, this social segregation is reflected. For example, Brahmin, the priestly community, they conduct prayers and rituals, whereas the Rajputs, particularly the Bhandari Rajputs, they wear sacred masks like the Narsimha mask, which is a mask made of half man and half lion. Also, the Jagirs or Ballas, another Rajput bards, they sing the Jagar, which is an oral epic tradition, right? And the Das community, they perform playing of drums. Why? Because these drums were historically played by people belonging to lower caste, right? So variably, invariably, good or bad, this caste structure is reflected in this festival also. But this also symbolizes the symbolism of ecology as well as spiritual symbology, right? Now it expresses on the first hand harmony between human, nature as well as divine. For example, the offerings that the devotees make during festival include sprouts, maize and barley, right? So this shows agricultural prosperity. So this is how festival is linked with nature. Similarly, natural materials, as I told you, are used to make masks and makeup. For example, wool, honey, turmeric, soot, plant dyes, and I told you Himalayan birch tree, Bhojpatra, was used to make masks. So this highlights a particular syncretic relationship between human, between nature as well as their religion. Okay, so this is the cultural and social aspects of this particular festival. Now this festival has been recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage for humanity. Any heritage which you can't touch, which you can't feel, this is called as intangible heritage. So for example, a monument would be a tangible heritage. A festival, a language, a music would be a intangible heritage because you can't physically touch those festivals. Now, the UNESCO's description of this festival becomes very important. Just read it. It is a multi-form cultural event, as it includes theaters, it includes dance, it includes music, and it reflects the syncretic relationship between environment, spirituality and cultural concept. Now it combines theater, music, oral history and ritual performances. Therefore it is a multi-form cultural event and it strengthens the community's identity, right? So this is basically the idea how community identity is reinforced by important festivals like the Ramman here. Now this kind of a festival aims to sustain the transmission of this culture beyond the limited geography. So this was the original intention why this kind of an heritage was recognized by UNESCO. And in addition to that, you also need to pass on this tradition to your future generation. So transmission of this kind of festival, this kind of culture is not just important from a geographical point of view, but it is also important from a generational point of view. You do not have to just spread your culture to different areas, but you also have to ensure that this cultural aspect of your civilization needs to be passed on to different generations in the future. Now, what is the historical origin of this particular festival? This can be traced back to medieval period, although the exact date is not known. Now, this is linked to Vaishnavite sect. So, whenever they got spread in the present day Uttarakhand, they spread the tendency of conducting bhakti of Lord Ram through Ramayana, right? So, that is why this Ramayana was introduced in the Himalayas, and this was introduced in the form of what we know today as Ramman festival. So it initially was a religious enactment, but later on many folklore cultures have been incorporated into them, right? Like the Morin tradition, like the Banya Banya Nritya, right? Or that I've told you. Now, as per one of the important scholars, D.P. Saklani, he highlighted that this particular celebration localizes the Ramayana episode. It interprets what was Ramayana in the Uttarakhandi language in the present day Garhwal region, and it also reflects a syncretic behavior or syncretic mixture of devotional literature and folklore expression. So first of all, you are using Ramayana text, which is very important in the Hindu religion, and you're expressing it through different various religious variations of your folklore and day-to-day lives of Uttarakhand. So this is the historical origin. Now, why do we need to discuss and why do we need to keep on repeating this kind of a festivals? First of all, now you have to understand this festival is only celebrated in two villages of Uttarakhand, that is in Chamoli district. These villages are Salur and Dungra. Now, there has been a tendency of decline in participation of this people, and this is because of many social circumstances. First of all, to want many employment opportunities, people of Uttarakhand have spread across the country to seek employment, and also due to modernization, people have a tendency to lose touch with their own culture. So that is why ensuring adequate participation, ensuring spread of this culture to different generations, to different geography becomes very essential. And this kind of a work needs to be ensured, and there are organizations who are ensuring it, be it UNESCO, be it India's own INTAC, which is India National Trust for Art and Culture Heritage. So that is why I told you these not just symbolizes the local culture, it basically interprets a particular religious text, in this case Ramayana, in what is known as Uttarakhand, and how various local traditions have been incorporated into it, making it a very beautiful festival. Okay, so this was our today's video. Now I have attached two important practice question, but before getting to practice question, what I covered today becomes a part of art and culture in the UPSC exam. Now we provide teaching not just for art and culture, but other parts of history, polity, economy, all the important subjects as far as your UPSC exam is concerned. And all of this are taught in Foundation P2I batches. As the name suggests, P2I, it means from prelims to mains to interview, everything is covered in our batches for GS subjects. And also CSAT is covered. So you can take admissions to one of our batches. We are in the process of taking admissions for 2027 as well as 2028. So choose accordingly as per your own need. But one important thing that you'll have to keep in mind, before making the payment, if you use this code ATS Live in the promo code section, you'll get an off of as much as 7,000 rupees. So you can understand 7,000 rupees is a lot, and you need to save it if you use the code ATS Live. Okay. So let us now try to solve this question. Raman festival represents classical dance form of Himachal, incorrect. Agricultural fair of Sikkim, incorrect. Tribal harvest festival of Nagaland, incorrect. So the correct answer is it represents folk theatre and mass making tradition of the state of Uttarakhand. Which part of Uttarakhand? Garhwal Hills. Okay. So with this, I leave you with a practice question that you yourself need to solve. Please do let me know the correct answer of this practice question in the comment section. Where do you come from? What are the local important festivals that your state has? Please do let me know in the comment section, and also please tell me your opinion. Why do we need to preserve such kind of important festivals for our future generations? What do you feel about it? Please do let me know in the comments. And once again, if you want to download the note, you can go to this Telegram channel ATS Live. If you have problems locating it, this is the QR code you need to scan. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel also. So I'll see you again. Please have a very good day.